That's not that short, Dan.
No, it's
That's
not
not that short, mate. That feels like a lifetime.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, go on.
This
This podcast is still for women. Test. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
Was it like a, what are we doing?
Yeah, literally. The stiffer you are, the faster you are.
If you went all out on a 1K,
all out, max, big warmer.
what would be your 1K time?
Don't know.
Ian wants to know, what are the 3 top attributes that you see in athletes that bring them success?
That's a good
Thanks,
question,
Ian.
isn't it?
Dan, lovely to see you, mate. Welcome back for what is going to be episode 4 of Ask the Coach. Dan, Worcester's best or favourite endurance coach, soon to be PhD qualified. I'm going to introduce you like that every single week, so that
Sounds
people
good.
know exactly the quality and caliber.
Even when I get the PhD, we can say
Soon to be
qualified.
Soon to be qualified.
I've not made it legit yet.
Absolutely. So in this week's episode, we are going to focus on how to improve your 5K time.
Yes.
/ impress all your Strava mates.
Yes.
But we have got a bit of housekeeping to do first.
Yes, we do.
In the last episode, I mean, you embarrassed yourself, but I mean, because you're the coach, but I didn't know anything either. We had a good stab at world records for 5K men, 5K women, and women marathon because we had no idea.
Yep.
I've got the receipts here.
Yeah.
Okay. So for 5K men, the current world record, broken recently, 12:35.
Yeah.
I think I said 12:42.
Is that what you said?
I think so.
I think you might have.
Okay.
Probably
so
didn't.
Fairly close. For women, I didn't contribute, but for women,
I don't think you did.
13:54. So
Yep.
1 minute, 19 second difference.
Yeah.
Amazing work. And then the women's marathon is 2:09.
Yeah.
I think I said 2:08.
Yeah.
Not to blow my own.
Jump it.
You can. Okay. So that's the housekeeping done.
Yeah.
Last week, we obviously focused on marathons, which is probably the one you get targeted the most for your coaching. But you interestingly said that 5K in that quickfire round we did was your preferred race. So I wanted to talk about how to improve the 5K today / impress all your Strava mates. Because again, I feel that's what people do. They go out, they blast themselves full of lactate pain to just get that 5K PB.
The endorphins.
So do you want to explain, just to start with, why you said you prefer it?
I actually can't even remember that, but yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
We did a quick fire.
Yeah,
and
I
I
remember
said
the
to you,
quick
marathon
fire,
or
yeah.
5K.
And I said 5K.
And I
yeah.
was surprised.
I think it might be because of that endorphin hit. I mean, if you a lot of people will come back to this as well, but if you go to a park run and you do a good hard 5K, the dopamine release from a 5K is very different to a marathon.
How so?
Well, so this came. I didn't know this was coming, but I remember finishing my first marathon, and honestly, I paced one of the athletes I coach, so it wasn't really important to me. I'm still not. I haven't committed to a marathon itself. I tend to pace people or help people achieve goals. It's not really on my radar.
So you've never gone all out?
No, not for a marathon. Never really.
How do we pressure you to do that?
Money.
Okay. All right, we'll start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe.
Put Dan under pressure
to commit
to a marathon time.
to a marathon time.
To be confirmed.
To be confirmed. Yeah, so, but I still cried, like a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emotional.
Shocked me. Yeah, shocked me. Because actually, weirdly, same with my first Ironman. Again, like, committed to, like, the race and stuff, but at no point am I ever really that emotional in any stretch of my life.
Lovely thing to share, yeah.
Well, I remember finishing the marathon and like I was like got really emotional, like that. Oh, and I was like, oh, pull yourself together. Never has that happened in a 5K.
5K is more.
It's like, yeah,
go on,
yeah, go on.
Smash it. It's about the manliest thing we're going to do.
This podcast is still for women.
Go on.
Well, yeah, it's man.
It's an inclusive
I'm a real
podcast.
man if I can run a 5K.
All people can run 5K better
Anyone,
after listening to this podcast today.
Yes, but no, I think it is that I feel elated. You get that elated feeling, don't you?
Okay.
When you do a shorter, faster, harder race.
Personally, it would be it's over quicker.
Yeah,
so I prefer
fair.
it. But it is more painful in different ways.
But I like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
You like pain?
Yeah. I do.
We're learning lots about you
We
in this
do,
podcast.
it's fun. It doesn't lend itself well to do Ironmans, but it's fun.
Because it's battering your body.
Yeah, I do quite like it.
So
But you have to think. There's no tactics. Well, there's tactics, but they're a lot shorter.
Yeah,
You
and
could write them on your hand and look.
and all the milestones are very quick. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know, like 5, like I said, 3. We had. Remember, it's 3K, 5K. You know, 3 miles, 5K. Why would you do it into 5Ks when you could just do it into 3 miles?
I'm doing 3. You're doing 5.
Yeah, short, mine's shorter. But it's like this pace, finished.
Okay.
Whereas a marathon, it's like 5K at this pace, 10K at this pace, 10K at this pace.
It's a lot of
It's a lot of paces.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it's a more complex entity, so that is fun in itself.
Okay. So we're at the simple end of 5K. You prefer it, which we've now found out.
Yeah.
How does it differ, the training, and to get better? This is what people really want to know today, compared to those longer distances. So what is the difference in the training?
Yeah, I mean, it's completely different. Yeah, completely. Like, it's very hard. I mean, some athletes can move between the two. They have really good profiles. Like, they have a profile where it's more of a linear profile, whereas a lot of people have more of like a graph, like a vertical graph, where it's like, this is your profile here and here, this is your top end and this is your bottom end, whereas some people have it closer.
And that makes you more of a versatile athlete.
Versatile, yeah, but you maybe never achieve your optimal, if that makes sense.
I see.
Because you haven't pushed that top end as hard as you can, and do you know what I mean?
Okay.
You're more of a versatile athlete, so you can move through the distances much better. I'd say I'm a bit like that. I could probably run a faster 5K if I just did 5K training. I could probably run a better marathon if I just did marathon training. But my training is quite more versatile because actually I do more Ironman. So like I kind of have to be this and that and different elements to it, but I also do different distances. It's probably more to the coaching because I tend to do different things. I try and achieve goals with different athletes. Like I just qualified for like a race. It's only age group. I say only, that's not very nice, but it's an age group race in Abu Dhabi next year. But it was a standard distance duathlon. So it's like a 2-hour race of a 10K, 40K, 5K. But I'm off to the Ironman World Champs in 4 weeks to do a Ironman.
Yeah.
So, but I do it because I want to embrace my athletes and go on a journey with them and go and do something with them, and it feels good. So I probably get my dopamine hits from them doing well. And then obviously, if I winning the race was it's good, but like it wouldn't bother me if everyone qualified. I'd be way more happy.
I just like the fact you've plugged it twice in 2 different episodes across 3 different weeks. So
it's fresh in my mind.
Oh yeah,
it's fresh in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
An interesting thing that I'm taking from that then, Dan, is that people should
my
be
ego.
Well, apart from we might need to expand the room to get you out of the studio today.
That's not what I was trying to say.
But that people should consider really that their overall goal. So
yes.
if getting a shiny, sexy 5K time is the current goal,
yes,
but that's just for ego,
yes,
and actually they're training for a marathon, then the training would be different.
Completely. Okay. So honestly, I am a big fan of like set your goal and train for it.
Goal.
Be specific. Forget the rest. If you want to do a 5K on the way, that's fine, but don't get upset if it's not what you're after.
Fine. So that's something for someone to consider today.
Yeah.
But if we were going to focus then today
just
on
5K,
just enjoying and increasing the 5K sort of pace, what does that sort of training?
Well, we had a big discussion a couple of episodes ago on VO2 max.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, largely a higher VO2 max would normally lend itself well to running a better 5K.
Okay, because we talked about how sprinters are not interested in VO2 versus Mo Farah.
Yeah.
And so 5K is the start of the point where actually VO2...
it's an optimal... I say it's 20 minutes, but it's not. It could be anything from 12 minutes, 35 seconds for a male record to 30 minutes. It could be 30 minutes.
Could be 40, could be 50 for some people for
but
5K.
Effectively, I mean, there are ways to improve that, and it is like those higher end efforts. Now, you do need some volume because you need to improve your capacity. So improving your capacity just to run is important.
So we talked about previously those zone 2 runs. So that's what you mean.
Yeah.
So if you're going to improve your 5K, you're going to need to improve VO2 max. To improve VO2 max, improve efficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So zone 2 running for 5K. You do see people on Strava every week going out, blasting 5K, just trying to get a couple of seconds off.
You do.
Talk us through why that's good, bad, or indifferent.
Like doing one every week.
park runs.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it.
You could do a 5K
You can do
all
it.
out every week.
If you really want to.
Okay.
But the risk of injury is quite
Huge.
high. Huge. And also the training stimulus is the same. And effectively it's a lot of effort. So let's just say it's 25 minutes. They're trying to get 25 minutes. They're killing themselves for 25 minutes every single Saturday. That's a lot of killing yourself. But also 25 minutes of emptying yourself is going to take a lot of recovering from.
It's mentally quite draining.
Yeah, I think so.
It's also, for me personally, so there might be people that relate to this. It's very easy to compare your progress when you just do 5K, 5K, 5K.
Yeah.
So if you're someone like me who obsesses on the numbers, it's very hard to just take the training session of the day for what it is.
Yes.
And then actually get hung up in I was 12 seconds slower today. Yeah.
I think I'm the overall picture. I see everything. Like I see that there's, I don't know, you've got a 5K race. So I don't really care what the specific numbers are for each session, as long as they are achieving what we want. I do care about the specific numbers, but like I don't obsess of the specific numbers because it's the overarching goal we're trying to improve. So if there's like 2 seconds deviation between each rep, it's not going to make a massive difference because you've done all of those reps within the range, within your zone 5. You know, there might have been, if there's a massive drop off from the start to the finish, I'll be like, okay, now I'm thinking about this and we're digesting this and I'm a bit worried. You failed, you know, the last effort. Why? Capacity is not big enough. But if there's like 2 seconds between each rep, it's not gonna change our goal. You're working for 18 minutes within the 5K area at a faster pace than you did your last 5K in, which is great. But you might be annoyed that there's like, I don't know, you did 3 minutes at 4 minute K pace and then 3 minutes at 4:02, and you're like, oh man, well it was so close. And I'm like, yeah, it was 2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds is fine.
Like the wind.
And there's so much variety in the coaching that actually you can take it for what it is. Whereas I feel like the park run every week is just
It's just a test.
Yeah.
Testing's
tough.
Test every time. And it's you need time to adapt and evolve, and your body doesn't just change every 7 days.
Of course it's not.
So
yeah. Okay. So VO2 max improvement, we've done an episode on that, so maybe that's a big one to go and watch again if you want to improve your 5K time.
Yep.
What other sessions do you recommend in order of priority? I feel like I've got this PTSD from hill sprints that you've taken me through.
Yeah.
I hate those, Dan.
Yeah.
But basically, what's happening there, again, physiologically, why would you include those? What are they improving? And why should people go and do that?
So we were doing them on Tuesday, and I was actually talking to someone, and they were like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing here?
Was it like what are we doing?
Yeah, literally. Like, it was like, why are we doing these? And it was his first one, to be fair, and he'd been trying to get to them for a little while. And he effectively was like, why do we do this? And I'm like, well, I guess you sort of got to break it down a little bit. What's actually happening? What are we actually doing? And he's like, well, we're running up a hill. I'm like, yeah, no, we really are running up a hill.
Some people are very literal.
No, we were. And effectively, like, what happens when you go uphill? Like, well, you get a load. So, like, you've got there is definitely some mathematical equation that I'm sure you could work out that what your mass then becomes like heavier going uphill. I don't know what it is.
It feels harder.
But effectively, because the gradient changes, the mass gets almost heavier, isn't it? So it's like you are adding load in a safe environment, effectively.
Okay.
So form becomes really important. So it's almost like, I almost say it was so kind of like the gym, isn't it? It's almost like the gym has also replaced hill reps a little bit, because you are gaining strength in the gym, probably more controlled than a hill rep. But then there's always place for a hill rep, because you can't replace running with not running.
Yeah, so the hill rep is a strength building base.
But it also then improves your VO2 max, because you are definitely getting out of breath.
Absolutely.
You are having to work harder under load to get up the hill.
Because we've done efforts at, like zone 5 up a hill.
Yeah.
That feels
But they're short.
like hell.
They are short.
How short would you recommend to people?
I mean, I'd probably go no more than like 90 seconds, really, because you start
That's
to
not
lose.
that short, Dan.
No, it's
That's not
that
that short, mate. That feels like a lifetime.
But you start to lose form, so then the mechanical element comes into it, and if you've got a mechanical breakdown, then you are effectively your capacity isn't getting as big as you want it to be because you are changing things.
So you should basically go out at a pace that you know you can hold.
Yes.
Not try and hot and fade.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because then you start becoming sloppy because you're heavier almost. So if you start becoming heavier and then you fail and you break down, so hill reps are great because they put that good form into your body under load and allow you to then get stronger. So then effectively, if you're then under oxygen debt, you can try, your muscles can keep their form from what they remember from the hill reps, if that makes sense. Like in a slow,
it's
like
a very
an easy,
technical thing, but I think, and also then how it manifests after is that you do your recovery run home, and you feel really fast.
so because you're like free again. There's no load. Yes, you're like, I'm light.
You're just bouncing.
I'm bouncy, so you're creating stiffness. The stiffer you are, the faster you are.
Brilliant.
But that's load.
Yes.
You know, you can do that in the gym, you can do it in the hill reps, but hill reps are just good because you're also getting that cardiovascular improvement at the same time that you wouldn't get in the gym. But the gym is still very powerful and very good and very useful.
Okay, so you've got the zone 2 stuff, the hill stuff, no more than 90 seconds at a pace that you can sustain for that. So even if you do 20, 40, 60, 90, whatever it is, a pace that you can sustain. That's the most important bit. And then the third thing would be some strength-based stuff then.
Yeah,
I'd say so. For a 5K?
Yeah. I mean, you need to, I'd say, if you're trying to just improve your 5K, I'd say you need those 3-4 minute efforts. Okay. More importantly than the gym.
Okay, so
oxygen debt, that VO2 max buffers.
So we talked about 1K reps, didn't we, before?
Yeah, they're perfect, aren't they?
So do a 1K rep at zone 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're looking at doing, if you're trying to improve your 5K, you're looking at going out at the pace you want to go.
Not faster?
You aspire to go.
I understand.
If that makes sense.
Okay. So if you're trying to get 24:59, that's 4:59 pace.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're trying to run at 4:59?
Yeah, effectively. I mean, most people want to improve it by more than a second, but...
Well, okay, so say
it's realistic though.
Your current PB is 27 minutes,
yes,
and you want to get under 25, 4:59.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, cool. So when you run your 5Ks, are you just zone 5 the entire time? Is that how you think the best way to approach a 5K is?
No, always go out. So you go out hot. We talked about this.
Well, you talked about
in this last episode, didn't we?
Yeah, where
there's a place.
When you want to scare people, you go out hot.
I'd say with a 5K, you've got to get normally into a position. Because everybody's hot for the first 90 seconds. Because that's when ATP, just like you change energy systems after about 90 seconds.
Explain that then.
So effectively, like a sprinter, they're effectively not even using ATP in terms of like they're not having to like fuel it. So
just for people that don't understand, what's ATP?
So that's what moves you forward.
Okay.
So your body uses different things to fuel ATP, basically. So, like, this is where we talked about lactate in previous episodes. Your body can utilize lactate to fuel it. You can go into glycolysis, so using sugars. You can only fuel it with fats at, like, a low level. So, like, there's no way in a 5K you'll ever be a fat burner.
No.
There's no way burning fat in a 5K.
No.
I mean, to be fair, even when you're burning fat, you're still burning carbs. It's just kind of the deal. But yeah, so effectively, after about 90 seconds, you start going into your, let's say, cardiovascular system, where your body's got to generate energy. So you are going into glycolysis maybe, mostly, because you're burning sugars. But then you start to go into, it depends on how trained you are. But yeah, effectively, that's when you go to burn sugars and then you start moving forwards. But after about 90 seconds, so it's kind of the first 90 seconds is almost free.
Yes.
And you probably all relate to that. The first bit, then you go, oh. You sort of run out of breath and it seems to be harder, and it's because you've changed your energy systems. And it might be that you've never trained. That's why you're doing those 3-4 minute efforts. Because if you just do the hill sprints for like 90 seconds, you become really efficient if running for 90 seconds.
Which is no good for 5K.
No, at all.
So long as you're running a slower pace, I suppose, though.
Yes, this is true.
So if you're going faster in those 90.
Yeah, this is true. But if you're going up a hill, you probably won't go faster.
Well, depends who you are, Dan. If it
It
was
does
you,
depend who you are. Yeah, see, whereas those first 90 seconds, you're most comfortable in, you love it.
yes.
Whereas those first 90 seconds for me, I'm like, well, I'm going to go out hot, but I can't wait to get about 3 or 4K in when I feel good.
You and I are like complete opposites.
We are complete opposites. Yeah.
We'll do a sprint race. I'm fine. Yeah.
10 meters, you blow me apart.
Only 10 meters.
Yeah, well, at least you could do 9.9, I reckon. But yeah, so effectively change the energy systems, get out hot, and then effectively then settle for 3K, and then the last 2K you want to push on.
What's the hardest part of a 5K?
Doing that negative splitting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever done that. Though.
Yeah, it's hard though, isn't
The
it?
first one, as you say, is hot.
Yeah.
Normally my quickest.
Yeah.
3 to 4 is where I contemplate life.
And then the last one's like, whatever I've got left.
Which I think's easier, weirdly.
Yes, I agree. Yeah,
mentally, because you can empty.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you know you can as well.
So you'd give that advice to people to hot, free bit at the beginning.
Yeah.
Settle.
Yeah.
For 3 and empty at the end.
Empty for the last couple of K, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said no need to fuel.
You just got to make sure your glycogen's high. So I don't like if you're going to have a really good pop at this 5K, I would make sure that you've maybe took a gel on board 15 minutes before.
Okay, so what's the science there? So why 15
So you
minutes?
are just ensuring that, well, it takes about 20-ish minutes for it to get into your system.
Okay.
So you're
It's
just
good to know for people, yeah.
topping up your glycogen.
Okay.
But that's just, it's a bit of a comfort blanket as well.
Yeah, because you could probably do, you don't need it.
No, you don't really need
for that sort
You
of.
got a good hour and
It's a 1% placebo, if nothing else.
yeah, like glycogen stores, depends how fast you go. I mean, you can't really, it's hard to measure them exactly, but you're going to be fine for like an hour at least, maybe more. Depends what you're doing.
So when it comes to improving your VO2 max, sorry, not your 5K time.
Yeah.
What do you think there's a sort of limit for people? Because the reason I asked this question, when you and I first engaged, I said to you, I'll never run sub 25K.
This is true.
I said that to you. And then I ran it.
And now you want to go faster.
No, I don't. It was too much pain. I'm not interested.
Not interested anymore.
But my point, I suppose, was that I genuinely didn't believe that was possible for my body mechanics to do that.
Yeah, fair.
Do you think everybody's capable of getting under 20, for example? Or is there a reason that you couldn't do that?
Yeah, there's definitely reasons.
Tell us those reasons.
I don't want to be that controversial.
Okay. You don't want it enough? I don't know. No. It's just,
I mean,
my mind
lots of things come into it. Like I know what paces you run. So it's easy for me to go, yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? I mean, there will be a potential for everybody to go faster, but to go under 20 is like...
Do you know what percentage of people crack 20?
Not many. Genuinely, in the world of 5Ks, not many.
Okay.
Like, so I don't know, 5%? One for the start of next show.
Yeah.
How many people in the country get... It's like a marathon. I think there's still only like 2% of the world's population have completed a marathon.
Okay.
Whereas probably about 20% of my population of friends have completed a marathon.
It's your circles you move in. Just not as fast as you, mate.
No,
but so we'll come back to the percentage under 20, but what about 25, 30 then? Do you think all people are capable of that?
Yeah, it then starts getting bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, and I think it gets bigger. But I think it depends on, I imagine 20 minutes is like a good goal for like a trained person. Someone who downloads Runner and wants to invest in it.
Or
someone who gets a coach.
Yeah.
You know, someone who drinks A1 Physique. Recovers with collagen. But that's someone who's invested in their body.
Dialed in.
It's a certain type of person who has decided to commit a little bit more, who wants to then invest a bit more in their time to improve their times, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I just wanted to dig around it a little bit because if anyone listening is like me, you get stuck in your head and you think, that's just not me.
Yeah, I'll never do it.
You heard it here first from Dan. You can go faster.
You can always go faster. We just can't determine how fast that will be.
When you looked at the stats, so if we use me as an example, what about the pace I ran at made you think definitely can run sub 20? Because you would not have convinced me at that point.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It was your it was your top end speed that was like, well, there's some real power in there. So we've just got to build your capacity to hold it for longer.
Okay.
Now at the moment there's this word called durability that's flying around, and I actually heard something the other week, and I was like, yeah, durability is like a poor man's term for saying, like, you've got to get a bit stronger, and you've kind of got to like I don't know, durable makes it sound like you're not strong enough yet, so you kind of got to endure things to make it better.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean? It's like you got to take so many hits through your thing, but it's actually, if your capacity is not big enough, it doesn't matter how durable you are.
I think it's quite ironic as well that the durability phase, in order to get more stamina, it's not about slogging it. It's actually it's the opposite, isn't it?
So I kind of like I sort of heard the word durable and I thought, yeah, it's quite a good word to sum up stuff, but actually it's just about your capacity to hold it. Like, if you can't hold it, you can slog it as much as you want. Like, some people make a lot of noise about slogging it, about being durable, about taking the hits. Some people just do it.
Yeah.
You know, they both might have the same capacity, but durability is almost like a mindset.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, like someone could run a 20-minute 5K and they can just be like, yeah, it's worked really hard and did it. Some people can say, yeah, I did this and I did that and I did this. And I feel like durability is like it's just a buzzword that's come around. But if you haven't got the capacity, if you haven't got the aerobic efficiency to do this, it's not going to happen. It's
just that point, though, is that you would have thought that maybe instinctively that in order to build durability and tolerance at the pace, you have to run at zone 5 and hurt yourself every day.
But it's not. It's more to that.
Zone 2.
Yeah, it can't. Yeah, because like, and we are, when we say zone 2, we're working off a 5-zone model here.
So 135 to 150. Somewhere in that bracket.
Recruiting more mitochondria, denser mitochondria gets rid of lactate is a simple way of putting it. There's more. There's more to it than that, and there's more ways to do it than that. Some coaches will say, no, you need to do more of this and more of that, and that's fine, and I'm sure they're very successful coaches, but I have certain ways, and there's certain ways that just work for my guys. So some coaches might achieve goals faster and not necessarily think about have you ever been injured, Brad, since you've been on board?
No.
That's pretty good, isn't it? Like, how long have you been running for now?
Over a year.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah. Like, if you spoke to a normal runner who's got a coach on board, and they probably have got some kind of niggle if they've achieved the goals really quickly. Because I always say to you, it's about time.
Yes.
But it's also about your health. Like, that's really important to me. Like, if someone's injured, I take a lot of accountability for that.
Okay.
And people do get injured. Like, they do. And I feel very accountable when they get injured, because it's like kind of my responsibility that they don't. I would rather you do, like I say to people, it's like, okay, you missed these 3 days of running to save 3 months.
Yes.
Because you can run for those 3 days, but then you force this niggle that then turns into a strain.
It crosses the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a rubber band. You keep pulling it, and it just snaps. Whereas, like, so I'm like, you got to be transparent. You have to be transparent. If you've got a niggle, it's fine. Just take 2 days. It might drive you insane, but you can have those 2 days after, then save, and then they're fine within a week or something. Inflammation's gone down. Get a rub, get a massage. Like, go get because you're tight. Things are getting built up. I had a really good case with a guy doing an Ironman, and he was like, had a really bad knee, and he was like, oh no, it might be a stress. It really hurts. It might be a stretch. And I was like, just go see this person, and then they were like, that's fine now. It's just tightness. Like, it's because they're new to it and they didn't understand what it can be.
Yes.
So you go straight for stress fracture because that's what you hear, and it's the worst thing.
But just go and get it looked at.
But actually, just go get it looked at by someone who knows what they're looking at, and they've seen 100 of you, because they understand. They're like, what? They find a bit of your background and then go, yeah, when was the last time you did some foam rolling or did some stretching or anything?
The basics.
Yeah, the basics. Have you got, but now there's like foam rollers, there's boots, there's massage guns, there's everything, isn't there? So like, there's ways to get around it.
So to recap, Dan, for those that are wanting to improve their 5K, it is easy running, zone 2 stuff. You've got to increase your capacity. Okay.
Good word.
Hill sprints, I do a prayer before. It's not great. You said strength and condition, maybe. Yeah?
I've got time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. But the most important would be tolerance of those 3 to 4 minutes / 1K efforts at race pace or just below.
Yeah.
That target.
Desired
race
a
pace.
realistic desire.
Realistic desire. How do you get a realistic desire? Because if I said, I want to do 12:35, you'd be like, Brad, I'm not coaching you, mate.
I mean, you could do 1K at that, and we'll see what happens.
I don't think I could.
No, I don't even know what that'd be.
2 something, right?
Oh yeah, low 2s.
So if you went all out on a 1K,
oh man,
if you went all
out, max, big warm up.
what would be your 1K time?
Don't know. It wouldn't be that impressive.
I don't think I'd get it under 3.
Oh, I'd get it under 3.
I don't think I would. Not with my current capacity.
You get it close.
You
Because don't forget, it's only 3 minutes. For the first 90 seconds, you would go out hot.
I could get a 2-minute pace for the first 90 and then I'd just fade.
Yes, you would quite heavily, but you could probably get through the next summer in like
drowning.
Yeah,
in
but you could
lactate.
maybe do like 2:51, 2, 3.
Okay,
so just
2:59 is the goal.
2:59 is the goal.
I'll go out and do it.
Yeah.
You go out and do it.
I'll go out and do it. I'll do it next time. No, I reckon I did just do a session with some of the guys at the this week, and we did 12 by K, and we got down to like 3:17s. It wasn't comfortable, but it was like all right. So I reckon I could probably go one max would be like
2:45.
Yeah, something like that. It wouldn't be that much more. It wouldn't be that impressive. My top. I mean, I'm training for an Ironman, so my top thing is like not that top at the moment.
Yeah, you're more efficient across that middle 80.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, so like the comfortable ones are actually not that much different from my top.
Yeah, that's what I find really strange.
Yeah,
because
your top end is like you've got a good profile
relative to my comfortable. It's
especially
different.
because your easy to your hard is like a really nice profile.
Massive.
And we're just building this in here.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe I'll switch to sprinting down. Maybe it's easier for me. I don't know. So we've come to our favourite session of the podcast, which is the Q&A, where I get to hound you and sort of interrogate you really with user contributed questions. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So this is one's from Ian. Ian wants to know what are the 3 top attributes that you see in athletes that bring them success.
Oh, that's a good question.
Thanks, Ian.
Isn't it? That's a solid
Ian.
question. That's real deep as well, isn't it? Oh, top 3. Weirdly, again, I guess I use my guys to talk about this. I was speaking to one of the pros that I coach, well, both of them actually at the same time, and we were talking about the good athletes, and
they share things, like share commonalities.
Yeah, it's classic actually. Like they're all. You need that desire, but it can't be obsessive.
Oh,
so
I'd have thought the obsessive.
No, because you crack. And if you crack from the obsessive, there's not many places to go.
Are you pointing at me a little bit?
No, I'm like turning a screw. This is the cracking of the obsession. So you need to be obsessive, but like I'm trying to think of the word. It's like obsessive, but you need that. So you need to be. I'm trying to think of the word really, like dedicated.
It's like a level of commitment that doesn't quite cross over to obsessed.
Yes.
It's in between.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a word for that really, is there?
Maybe we should put that out to the users to say, is there a word
that describes
committed but not
obsessive?
Obsessed beyond belief.
I guess committed but not obsessive. Okay. That is an attribute, isn't it? You are very committed but you're not obsessive.
That's one.
We
promised Ian 3.
3. So committed but not obsessive. Coachable.
So the ears are open.
Yeah.
So not Dan in his 20s.
No, not Dan in his 20s. Coachable is really important. You can't, like, being confident is good and you need to know what you're doing and be assured in the way you're doing it, but you need to be able to listen to people who have done things before that will help you get you where you want.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah. Like you need that coachability, you need that relationship with someone else to get you there.
Okay.
It doesn't have to, it can be just someone you trust. you need to go on the journey with someone you trust. It helps a lot. Like having those outside eyes and ears are really important.
Okay, so ears are open and coachable.
That coachability, they call it.
Okay.
Which is good. It's quite a cliched one, but I think it is important. I think because actually what it also does is it takes that ownership off yourself a little bit, so you can just flourish. You can just do it.
You just trust in the process.
Yeah, you just go, that's my session. I'm just going to nail it. Instead of thinking, I've made this session myself, I'm obsessing over the numbers I've set myself. And if I do not complete those numbers that I've set myself, why? You know, and that might, again, fall into that obsessive but not, committed but not obsessive.
It's interesting that the first two you've given us are not physical.
Yeah.
So
fair.
is the third one a physical attribute?
I mean, yeah, you need that you need to be good.
What? So when you know, there's a debate that I can only relate to from the football world, which is that if you were going to build a footballer, you'd build a Ronaldo, not a Messi, from a physiological point of view, right?
Fair, yeah.
Is there a thing in
the endurance world?
Yeah.
I do find that in the endurance world that hard work does reward yourself. Like endurance is the one, you know, like football is a skill based. So yes, you can improve your skills, but there's definitely people out there with like a natural first touch.
Yeah, so that when you meet an athlete, do you look at them and think, oh, you've got the profile here? And that's, I guess, to Ian's question is...
Yeah, I guess I look at more like a physiological profile. There are definitely people out there when they land on your doorstep and you're like, oh, flipping heck, we can do a lot here. You know, we can make you fast.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, that is that's the, if you've got the talent and you're coachable, you're obsessive, you're
not obsessed, but you're committed.
You're committed, but not obsessed. Yeah, you are going a long way.
Brilliant. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully that answers your question for you, Ian.
Good question.
Yeah. Soph's asked, are you able to answer a question without saying the word literally?
Probably not.
I don't think you've done it today very much.
Literally. I do. I tell you one thing I've realised I do say is, does that make sense?
Is that because I give you a puzzled look? So
you
is it my
look
fault?
At me like, like, what is this guy getting? No. I just say it to a lot of people. Does that make sense? I think
it's an endearing part of your character, Dan.
Maybe.
You're just making sure people understand you.
It is, yeah. Or patronising. Does that make sense?
Are you mansplaining this to me?
Yeah. Literally.
I think Soph has taken the mick out of you there a little bit.
She might be, but
it's sort of builder energy again, isn't it? Is that kind of
literally? Yeah, literally. It's one of those you listen back and you realise. Like I know I go quite a lot. That annoys me.
Okay, so we're gonna pick up on all of these, and then by episode 50,
we will be like slick operation,
polished.
Yeah,
right, lovely. Thanks for that, Soph. Mel says, "Can you please explain TSS again?"
So
I've asked you about this.
I mean, simply, it's the stress you build through the week.
This
training
is
stress.
Training stress
on Training Peaks.
Training Peaks.
There was a raps out there. We can't just advertise Training Peaks until they sponsor the podcast. So effectively a session works out an algorithm. I have got these algorithms all written down, to be fair. It's part of my PhD.
Okay, we'll definitely quiz you on
honestly,
that.
There was a review. The first part of my PhD is a review of the validity of TSS.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So you should be a polished expert on this now then.
I know enough. And it's basically an algorithm between like speed, your threshold pace, and time, almost sort of like that. It's like a load builder. So like an easy run could be like 40 TSS, something like that. And then that builds through the week.
What's the max TSS?
Oh, there isn't one.
It just
keeps going.
Keeps going.
Yeah.
So TSS is the strain.
Yeah.
Of a run
of a session.
And if you see it on Training Peaks, it's predicting one.
Yeah.
And it's scoring you on how closely you align to that.
Yeah, definitely. So if your heart rate's a bit higher or a bit lower, it can go up or down. And then as a coach, we look to try and build your TSS up as time goes on.
Okay.
So you can hold more load, then you might drop it a little bit, hold more load.
So high stress is good?
Yes and no. Like, yes, it is good, but if it's too high, it's bad.
So if it's going up and your tolerance is good.
Measured TSS is good.
Measured TSS.
Measured TSS is good. However, some people completely, like if your elevation is obscured, oh my God. If your elevation is completely off whack on your Garmin, it gives you like a bazillion TSS.
Oh, okay. So accuracy of what? Critical.
Oh, so critical. This is why heart rate is really important. If you don't just trust it, you get a heart rate monitor.
Okay.
Because your Garmin heart rate is not always
We
accurate.
use the arm straps.
Yeah, we do because it's easy and it's just
the
not.
chest straps just slip off.
Yeah, people
You're
don't
a
like.
sweaty
Some
person.
people love them. Some people love them. They think they're more like the validity is higher. An arm one's just better because it's easy for me.
Just easier to
It's just easier.
Okay. There you are, Mel. We know what TSS is again. She might come back to you again.
She probably will.
Yeah, perfect.
There's probably more to it than.
How useful is lactate testing? We talked about you wanting to get athletes as much as possible tested.
Yeah.
How useful is that?
Massive. I wouldn't obsess over it.
Okay.
But I do feel like it's another metric that allows you to dial in.
Say you're informed, you know your lactate thresholds and stuff, your lactate volumes. How does that aid you as an athlete or a coach?
Because it essentially tells you how hard your body's working. Sort of. It's how much glycolysis you're in. So it depends what you're trying to get out of this session. So if you're trying to stay in zone 2, but you've got a lactate of 10, you are not in zone 2. Even if it feels easy, we've talked about this before, feeling easy may not be easy.
Okay.
But, you know, I think lactate's great. Like when I do it, I do like live lactate, but you see your athlete doing certain things when they're in a higher lactate state, sweating more, you know, being more out of breath, losing form.
So being informed, I guess, it's preventing you finding out the hard way that you're not working easy.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. Or
right.
hard. Some people can't get their lactate high enough.
Interesting.
So means they haven't got much of a top end.
Okay.
So
and you can work on that.
You can work on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's stuff. It's just another metric that informs you, but a good one. I imagine there'll be a time where live lactate comes out, where it's just constantly testing.
I thought, you know, those things
Yeah,
you can stick in, the diabetic thing.
Yeah,
surely you could
going
have
to come to that.
like a Bluetooth to the phone.
Yeah,
you could just be checking people as they're on their laps, going, "Oh."
If we both had about 100 grand, probably maybe more, to invest in this, I feel like it would
That could be our next
entrepreneurial.
venture.
Yes,
Okay.
but as soon as it comes out, I'll be buying it.
Good. Okay, we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
I'm going to adapt the last question because I don't want to get an explicit mark
Okay.
on the podcast, so I'm not going to swear.
Okay.
But what is from Luke?
Okay.
What's your favourite F me, I'm good moment? So what was that moment where you did something you thought, oh, I'm good?
Yeah. Oh, that's a really good one, isn't it? Like in sport, I'm guessing. Or just life.
Life, maybe. I think this is probably sport.
Life, maybe.
You
I won
choose.
some money the other day on Goodwood, and I definitely thought, F me, I'm good. I accidentally bet on the same horse twice, and it won. If anyone watches Glorious Goodwood this week, it was the 150 to 1 horse, and it won. I accidentally bet on it twice, and I went, fuck me, I'm good. But sporting wise, there's this one. I won one of the first sort of medals I won was I came second at the Duathlon Worlds like quite a long time ago, and I never forget. I was sort of cramping up. I mean, this was before fueling really existed.
Okay, so it's pre all this lovely knowledge you've got
pre
today.
all of this knowledge, really. I guess not. It was kind of on the way to that. I mean, I look back and remember it, and my calf was like going mad at me. And I remember looking up at the sky and going, all the sessions you've done to get here, just give me 5 more minutes. And I crossed the line and went, sound, yeah, there's no one around. I've done the right here. It's that. Or when you get into transition, when I get into transition for like multi-sport races and you get in and there's not many bikes there and you go, it's going all right today.
That's your barometer. I'm actually doing all right here.
Yeah.
But you think God helped you cross the line, essentially, for this duathlon world?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, who knows?
And that's your favourite.
I'm not going to say God doesn't exist. I'm not that powerful.
You looked up and asked for higher help anyway.
Yeah, that's it. That's a really good question. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that kind of athlete. Like I actually finish something and then just look straight onto the next thing. I probably don't bask in the moment enough.
What we need to do, Dan, is get you to sign up to a marathon where you're not pacing an athlete.
Yeah, and just do it.
Do it.
But I know how fast some guys run it, so I certainly won't be thinking I'm good. That's the problem.
That won't be that moment for you.
If I go sub 8 hours at Roth next year, that's my plan. I'm trying to try and go. Then I'll be like, yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Sub 8 hours is the fast, so I don't think I'll be able to do it, but that's the goal.
We believe in you, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's in July next year. We've got plenty of time.
Good. Well, that's the end of the Q&A, mate.
Fab.
You got through it again.
Yep.
Well done.
Good questions today.
Good session today. I think we got
Yeah,
lots out of that.
we did.
And yeah, I welcome everyone again to give me some questions for Dan to put to you. I really enjoyed that session.
Yep.
More than you, I think. And yeah, thanks again for your time, mate. We'll do it again.
So.
Cheers.